Okay, so we're back on the farm. Horses have been sitting in this freeze for the last 2 days. They don't look any worse for the wear. Let me get closer and go from there. My worry were the troughs. Thank God they've had water. That was scaring me the most. So it's kind of frozen, it's soft. There's icicles. This is what happens during an ice storm. These poor horses. Okay, somebody started up a big motor. I cannot tell you. It looks like slop. It's hard to get through. I'm gonna feed them up. Whew! Slipping on the chunks of ice, of mud that are here. It's just a mess. So, as you can see from where I'm walking through and stuff, and even in the background here, it's a slop. I mean, it's boot sticking is what it is. You know, you'll get stuck in this real quick. The horses have been hanging out back here in the non-mud, which is a first, for me at least. As you can see from the water trough, when I put the water de-icer in there, I guess where I plugged it in was not on, and the owner of the house, Don, turned it on so that the water had melted, which is exactly what my fear was. I was worried I'd come here and I'd have frozen troughs and I'd have to get the sorry, it's cold, the water from the spigot into 3 buckets again and then stick them out here with the horses. Like I said, they seem to be fine. Let me flip you around to show you Duke. I don't think he's going to let me get any closer, but I'm just going to slip around. They have icicles on them. Mr. Duke is doing okay. He doesn't have too much icicle on him. I do know that I touched Howlani's belly, this one's belly, and it's warm. Leilani's blanket is coming off. I'm going to try and fix that for her again and then tighten the belts up. But my main worry was that they were going to be frozen. I'm not seeing any frost on their tail anymore, probably because there's no precipitation, but it didn't quit until, I want to say, 2 o'clock in the morning. So it was quite the worry night for me. I'm going to try and fix Leilani's blanket and tighten up the belt under her belly and see if it'll stay better. Okay, I probably don't have a lot of space on this phone, so I'm going to make this quick. I'm going to take half a bag of cubes, and I'm going to put them out in this area over here so that they can eat them without standing in the mud. And that'd probably be best for them. I do notice that, getting close up and personal with Mr. Duke, that their tails are all full of icicles. So it's not a bad thing. As you saw in the video, I tested their belly. I tested Haulani's when I was over by her feeding her, and then I tested Leilani just now, and they're warm. I'm feeling a lot of warmth coming off them now that the food is going in them again. The blankets are just frozen. You know, the blankets are doing their job. Mr. Duke, he's fine. So where the sleet and rain was coming down the side of him with all that hair, that's where it's frozen. It's kind of frozen like this up here. It's just little droplets on his hair that have stayed there, and they're fine. So as long as I'm throwing the feed, this is 11:30ish in the morning. I had a lot to do. I got the sutures out. I had to drop the rent check off, pick up dog food, and now I'm here. And traveling up here, it's all ice. So the roads out there are very treacherous. Taking my time, going through all those S-turns. There's a video that I'll link right about here, or that side, or whatever side that it shows up, but I'll link that one of me driving home, and it's the one that makes you dizzy. But you'll see the S-turns that I have to go through to get here. And that'll give you an idea. Just go slow, take your time. You know, it took me 40 minutes to get here today, 40-50 minutes, because it's icy. The closer you get up here to Kentucky, it's icy. So, and Kentucky is maybe 3/4 of a mile from this road right here that I can drive up in. So, not that far. So let me throw cubes. I'm not going to be on this part very long, but I will be back for the second half of this video. In fact, let me strike that. I'm not going to throw half a bag right now. I've got 2 buckets set up with cubes right there. I got 2 buckets set up. I'm going to toss those out in the back of the field behind me. And then tonight I'm going to take one of those bags and I'm going to drag it out there and dump half of it. We're supposed to have more weather on Friday, but it's supposed to be like 40 degrees, you know, is the high. So I still want to keep them warm. I still want to keep shoving the food in them. So let me get that done. I'm going to set you up right here and you're going to see me walk out. There's a swale right here. It's not a swale that goes that way like the normal ones do. This one's going this way. And kind of, I can see the curve in it. I don't know why, but I wanted to show you the cubes that they just found. They just found these. 1, 2. They may have eaten the first set. Nope, they didn't. So there's still one over here. And then there's one. And then there's one. So I'm going to drop them in the same spot. Okay, so I have 3 behind me. 1, 2, and 3. And then the rest to continue on that way. 1, 2, 3. There's one back there. There's one by that sagegrass over there. So 1, 2, and 3. And then 1, 2, and 3. So that should be enough for them for tonight. They've gotten 2 feed doses. They got 2 scoops this morning. They got 2 tonight. They got a double dose of the alfalfa. They may not even eat the alfalfa. So we'll see. And here comes Mr. Duke. Like I said, their tails are getting frozen because they're pulling up mud and all sorts of stuff. So when this warm weather comes around, we'll see if we can capture all of them up and give them a good bath and get rid of all that. And it may just happen that the rain comes along and takes care of it itself. So, is what it is. So with that, I'm going to load up the buckets again. These 2 buckets right here. I'm going to reload them for tomorrow. Clean up the trailer, and then we're going to head out. There's enough water in the troughs. I just filled them the other day. They should be fine. And I've only got 1 de-icer. So we're supposed to have cold weather tonight with not too much precipitation, which will be a good thing for the horses. I think they're more than happy to not have any weather on them. These poor beasts. I know her blanket is a little off, and Leilani's is also, but that's just the nature of the beast. Literally. The horses put these blankets through some serious testing, you know, especially when they get down and they roll. I've never had any problem with the blankets as where they get caught in them, but all right, gang, I think that's it for today. Stay warm, stay dry, stay out of trouble, and we'll see you on the next video.